here's why I'm still really looking forward to the future of Say, even though there are other reasons beyond hypothetically $10, how I wouldn't find that surprising. Let's say if we do ever see a fully fledged type of altcoin season, even though nothing I say is financial advice, why am I still looking forward? It's because not too long ago, Say did put a post on X, and it was saying how Say is now operating at all-time highs across the ecosystem. And again, this is according to their account on X. They're saying in terms of total value locked, in terms of on-chain volume, in terms of DEX volume, and DEX stands for decentralized exchange. Imagine that, operating at all-time highs across the ecosystem. That is very impressive considering how Say has actually had a major pullback in the grand scheme of things in terms of price. I'm totally aware of the fact that there is a pretty good recovery as of right now, which I'm very excited for, but it's still a ways to go, right? But even besides that point, this is very amazing. I think this, if anything, really showcases kind of the adoption of Say so far. Do I still think it has a ways to go? Yes, but this is very impressive considering how, first of all, altcoins are not necessarily doing the best as of right now, right? Arguably, even though there is a slight recovery. Not to mention, we have to take a look at how a lot of the hype when it comes to Say kind of disappeared, I feel like, from back then, ever since the price started going down. And still, even despite that, we're seeing this much activity when it comes to Say. I think this, if anything, kind of solidifies that, you know what, Say is a premier project, at least in my perspective. In terms of not really kind of the hype and attention, but in terms of the fundamentals, I think it is something that I'm looking forward to its future, and I still like it even as of right now. Keep in mind, Say is allegedly the world's fastest parallel blockchain. That says something because we take a look at, for instance, right? This is not all just some random thing because if we take a look at the transaction finality time of Bitcoin, it's 60 minutes, allegedly. We take a look at Solana, which is way better at around 2.5 seconds, but Say is allegedly 380 milliseconds, so that's literally less than half a second. That is something that really excites me. Not to mention as well, allegedly, Say is supported by Circle, which is the creator of USDC, and is also allegedly supported by Coinbase. Now, this is something that really excites me because Circle recently got listed. Again, it's a publicly traded company now. Not to mention, Coinbase, when it comes to the S&P 500, which allegedly it is a part of, it was reported that not too long ago, again, allegedly Coinbase was the best performing S&P 500 stock in June, up around 43%. So we got to think about that. Two massive entities that are, again, publicly traded, Circle, Coinbase, and allegedly they support Say? I mean, this is something that really also kind of, I think, gives validity to Say because it doesn't necessarily mean that everything that they're going to believe in, I'm going to automatically believe in too. But then I do like this because I think as Coinbase gains more of a reputation, I think as Circle, as, USDC, and I think naturally some of it is going to flow into Circle. Again, just that whole kind of environment, right? When that all starts happening and then people take a look at Say and they say, whoa, that's kind of allegedly supported by Circle and Coinbase. This is something that I think could maybe hold some sort of energy towards Say in terms of the reputation. And why wouldn't $10 surprise me? It's because if it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $55.5 billion. It's around a 33x from here. So I get it, it's still a ways to go. But not too long ago, it was actually over 40x when I was talking about it. So it's kind of done hypothetically pretty okay. Not the best. There's still a ways to go, but I'm just saying. Now that market cap right there, we got to think about this. BNB back in 2021 pretty much doubled that in terms of market cap. And that was BNB years ago. Right? Imagine what BNB could hypothetically maybe do if we do see a fully fledged type of hypothetical altcoin season. So I don't think that is something too outlandish to me. Right now, we have over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research. Back then, during the peak of the 2021 bull run, around 300 million crypto owners. I get it, we have more competitors now, but there's really nothing quite like Say, hypothetically, in my opinion, because it's kind of rare to find that. Yes, we have more competitors, but then how many of them are actually kind of able to compete with something like Say? Many of them, I feel like, are meme coins. I mean, come on. This is just kind of the way you take a look at Say. I think it's really kind of having this sort of Solana vibes to me. It kind of reminds me of Solana, but back then. At a certain point, Solana was pretty massive, but it hadn't really kind of became, mainstream yet. This kind of reminds me of something like Say. It could maybe do that. Who knows? Only time will tell. It might not. But then it just kind of gives me the Solana vibes. But despite all that, people like to ask me, oh, when are things going to do this, do that? In my opinion, the markets, they're going to wake up when they want to, and they're not going to want to wake up when they don't want to. Like, for instance, what I mean by that is I cannot control anything. Those things are beyond my control. The only thing I can control is myself. And what am I going to be doing? Dollar cost averaging, holding and just waiting, that's it. Because beyond that, I can't control anything else. So why would I dedicate a lot of energy and just drain myself, towards something that is completely beyond my control? Why would I do that? Again, whatever the market's going to do, it's going to do. I cannot do anything about that. I can only control myself. So I'm going to still stay patient, just hold, and I just wait because it's a patience game for me. I am not a day trader. I don't use leverage. I don't swing trade. That is not my style. What I do is a little bit boring, some people like to say, but you know what? It is what it is. It is just literally dollar cost averaging, holding, and just waiting because I do like what I'm seeing when it comes to say. And feel free to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.